Okay, hello guys, good morning. We are Juanita de la Cruz, Felipe Vasquez, Santiago Orjuela, and me, Luisa Oviedo. Today we are going to do a super interesting class where we will learn the types of pronunciation of the vowel A. Bueno, hola, buenos días chicos. Nosotros venimos a darles una clase súper interesante donde vamos a aprender los tipos de pronunciación de la vocal A. To start, we will make a quick explain and then we will continue with an activity. Entonces vamos a iniciar con una breve explicación del tema y a continuación haremos una actividad. The first type of pronunciation, we have a monosyllabic words that are those that contain a single syllable. And in this case, they also have in common that they have only one A. Entonces, el primer tipo de pronunciación que tenemos son las palabras monosilábicas, que son aquellas que contienen una sola sílaba. Y pues en este caso lo que vamos a ver es que tienen en común una sola A. When this happens, we're going to pronounce the A as it sound in Spanish. Entonces, pues en este caso, o cuando pase esto, vamos a pronunciar la A como suena normalmente en el español, pero solo cuando nos aparezcan palabras monosilábicas. Bueno, for example, the words hat, arm, fat, map, car, bat, scarf, star, cat. Entonces, bueno, si nos damos cuenta, en todas estas palabras tenemos en común la letra A y en que son monosilábicas, o sea que tienen solo una vocal. Okay, guys, the second type of pronunciation are those that we see on the screen. If we realize they are monosyllabic and bisyllabic, but they no longer only have one vowel. If they do not have two vowels in this place, that we are not going to pronounce the second vowel and the first vowel, that in this case is the A, you are going to pronounce as it is pronounced in English, that is to say A. Entonces, en el segundo tipo de pronunciación son aquellas que vemos en la pantalla. Si nos damos cuenta, son monosilábicas y bisilábicas, pero ya no solo tienen una vocal, sino tienen dos vocales. En este caso, se aplica que la segunda vocal no se pronuncia y la primera vocal, que en este caso es la A, la van a pronunciar. Y pues se pronuncia como se pronuncia en el inglés. Entonces, for example, gate, may, mail, cake, Shane, rain, say, train. Entonces, a comparación del primer tipo, en este se pronuncia solo la primera vocal, que en este caso, pues ya como lo expliqué, es la A, y se va a pronunciar como se pronuncia en el inglés, que es A. With
Okay, guys, I'm talking about the second type of the pronunciation of the vowel A. In this case, the A is not pronounced as in the previous examples. So it is pronounced like E that we have in Spanish. These words have two vowels, but the second vowel is not pronounced. And the reason why it is pronounced as E in Spanish is because the words contain an R. So, for example, hair is not pronounced hard, it's pronounced hair, care, hair, chair. Ok, chicos. Al pronunciar las anteriores palabras, se puede evidenciar que pues, se pronuncia de manera diferente, se pronunciaba como la A que conocemos en inglés, pero en este caso se va a pronunciar como la E que conocemos en el español, ya que estas palabras tienen una R en toda su composición. Now, repeat after me, please. Care, there, hair, fair, rare, where, flare, glare, square. Now, the next. Air, chair, stare, hair, pear, fair, flare, and lair. Okay, guys, now learn the pronunciation of E. For the pronunciation of vowel E, it is necessary to take into account these tips. First tip, the letter E at the end of the word with two or more syllables doesn't sound. So, for example, table. The table have two or more syllables. For this, the E don't sound. The second tip, in monosyllabic word, is there a consonant often the E? It will sound like E in Spanish. How do you look? The E sound like E, red or leg in Spanish. Three tip. In monosyllabic words, if there is not consonant after the E, it will sound like E in Spanish. For example, me or be. And the last one, in bisyllable words, if there is another vowel after E, it will sound like the E in Spanish. Again, so for example, sleep or being, in this word have two vowels. For example, in sleep have two E. So the sound of the pronunciation of the E is like E in Spanish.
Hello. This activity exists in naming a series of examples with which we will be able to practice and recognize the difference between different types of the vowels. Um, we will also be able to improve our pronunciation. To begin this activity, we must understand that in English we can find several ways of pronouncing the A on and other vowels. We will pronounce single syllables words that although their sound will be similar, they will not be the same. The idea is we can find and recognize the different sounds and accents in this word. Hat, hat, cake, cake, train, train, share, share, hair, hair, star, star. In these examples, we can hear these types of sounds. And A, we can find in word star. A, find in cake. E, we can find in chair. If we can identify the syllabic sound of the vowels, we can improve of pronunciation too much.
In this activity, We will reinforce different aspects such as listening, speaking, and removing the fear of making mistakes. Losing the fear of making mistakes, developing more confidence and the ability to speak. That is, that is why social interaction is important when learning a language.